to clear the air of a few things, and I don't really think anyone's gonna ask me this just because I don't think anyone really cares, but just in case you do, if you're wondering why it's taken me 2 years to record another video of this series, honestly it took me 2 years to beat Octopath Traveler, and that's just because of life and the type of person I am. And if you know you're curious as to whether or not I can actually properly review a video game that's taken me 2 years to beat, I think I can. Most of this stuff's my opinion anyways, so it's not like any of that really matters. But now with all that out of the way, let's get into this mediocre ass review. Now I want to start off by being honest when I say this game isn't horrible, and at first I really enjoyed the game. I thought every new thing was a breath of fresh air, but when I got to about 40 hours in, that's when I noticed all of the glaring flaws that the game had, or at least what I consider to be flaws. But I don't want to start off by just completely ripping into this game, so we're going to start off with something I like to call the good. Now, what is the good, you may ask? I think, to put it in my own weird way, it's exactly what it sounds like. You know, that good shit that just makes you feel really good, warm and fuzzy on your bottom bits. It's like basking in the glory of fucking chugging a 2-liter of Mountain Dew after fucking rigorous gaming with the boys all night, or beating a boss as a kid that you were stuck on for the longest time. It's just that dopamine producing, that good stuff, the good stuff. I don't know if this is the best way to put it. It's the good stuff. So with that being said, currently as I'm typing this script, I'm listening to Sheik's theme from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on repeat, and I know that might sound weird. Fair enough, but it's just producing so much of that good chem, right? That dopamine, that bropamine in my B spot, my brain spot, you know. But I'm doing it to try to fill my brain with that good so I can make it make pretty words, so I could vomit them out onto this microphone and hopefully make this review enjoyable for someone. And like I said, yeah, I know it's weird, I'll take it, but the song is so beautiful. And I'm not a big sound guy, so I don't know all the tricks or the doodads that make music sound good, but what I do know is how they make me feel, right? So you just gotta trust me when I say the music in this game is phenomenal. Every time the music starts playing in this game, I feel like I'm about to embark on some grand adventure, off to find a secret treasure I've been searching for my whole life. When you're in the snowy places, there's a soft eeriness to the music, but then when you're in the deserts, right, the music just starts jamming, the guitars come in, shit just starts going crazy for no fucking reason. It all accompanies the environment. It adds a sense of wonder. It makes you want to travel to places, trying to find out what music plays, what, you know, what place you're going to. You know, everything from the combat music to music they start playing when shit gets sad, it's all just so beautiful sounding. I'll most likely have sound and music from the game playing in the background of this part. The soundtrack for this game is so damn beautiful. It's really hard to explain it any other way because I don't know why it sounds so beautiful. It just does. And honestly, I wish I was a sound or a music guy, but I could explain why this shit just slaps so fucking hard. Music and sound are pretty much half of the game, unless you're some weird person who plays without music and sound, which honestly at that point, what are you even doing? It's like watching a horror movie on mute on the side of your monitor. Like, yeah, you can say you experienced the movie, but you're actually depriving yourself. It's like going to see a mime perform at a high school gym in some brand new sneakers, but then you blindfold yourself because you're trying to understand the underlying message that's being delivered from the sounds of their feet squeaking. What I'm saying is that shit doesn't make any sense. The creators of the game developers, put the noise so you can enjoy them when traveling or killing monsters. And when a game has poo-poo noise, it don't make my pants go smush mush. It makes me a very sad lad. But Octopath Traveler definitely delivers on that beep-boop side of the spectrum. If you like the way Octopath slaps your ears with them good waves, then let the game take your eyeballs on a one-way trip to motherfucking Flavor Town. The way this game looks is honestly stunning. And I love the nod it pays to the old school JRPGs with its simple pixel art. Just because it's paying homage to the art of the old games doesn't mean that it looks clunky or janky, kind of like how the old games probably would if you went back to playing that. There's depth and life and a story to be told in each location, which I'm not saying that the old games didn't do that. So there are plenty of old school JRPGs that have phenomenal art, but I'm just saying that Octopath Traveler definitely does an exceptional job of making the game look pretty when you're playing it. The snow and the sand glisten in the sunlight. The trees and the torches sway in the wind. The sun will peek through the trees in the dense forest and build such a beautiful atmosphere. And just the way characters fit the themes of their locations, it's just so satisfying. It just scratches that itch. You know what I'm talking about. And don't even get me started on the water, the waterfalls, the backdrops for the random encounters. I can go on and on and on about each little thing that makes the game look and feel so beautiful. The atmosphere, so fucking lived in. The world feels like it's a real fucking world, and it's such a nice thing to have. I know I'm stumbling over my words, but I just want to just get my fucking deepest emotion across to you guys that this game looks so beautiful. And then you mix all that shit in with the bumptastic jams, and there you are, non-stop gush down, population, you. I gotta say, there's something about games that pull on my nostalgia strings. I said that weird, nostalgia strings, that just put a smile on my face, whether it's gameplay or art style. So with this game, it's pretty hard to say that the art isn't amazing. So you got sweet jams, and you got them biblically correct angel levels of beauty, you know, the type that fucking melt your eyeballs. I bet you're wondering, hey Fluffy, you got more of that good stuff for us? Well, sit your tuchus on down, boy, because you bet your sweet baby I do. All right, now bear with me for a second, no pun intended, because it's about to get weird. But you ever walk into Build-A-Bear workshop and you realize how much customization you have? Like, you can get a frog, give them Nike Air Force One, slap on a random hat or shirt, or you can get a Pokemon, or you can get a Star Wars character, or Jack Skellington, Sally, Oogie fucking Boogie. I really like Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, what if I told you you could stroll on down to that mixy matchy wonderland in Octopath? You can mix and match passive skills with different jobs and separate equipment, and you have 2 jobs, and you can oogie boogie bash the fuck out of your enemies, allowing you to maximize on the fuckage that's happening. You want your cleric to be a warrior and deal damage? Slap a sword on her, you got it. You ain't got enough healing? Slap some ribbons on Ulbrich, make him do a transformation twirl, and bam, he's a man of the Lord, ready to cut down and heal whoever the fuck you want. You need to maximize the amount of damage while cutting on SP costs and allowing to overheal, while also regaining SP at the end of each of your turns. SP is pretty much the mana in this game. Just take passive skills from the warrior, the cleric, the dancer, and the merchant, and you can do that on every character if you really wanted to, allowing you to make each character feel unique, or honestly exactly like one another. They all feel special depending on how you want to run them. And then not only do you get this fucking just huge bubble of customization, but there's 12 different jobs that you get to fucking customize with. And then you're like, well, I got 12 jobs, what am I gonna fucking do with these? Well, guess what? There's a new and interesting combat system, and I don't think any other game has handled combat this way. I may be wrong. If I am, please let me know. I'd like to play another game that has a similar combat system if it's done better, but we'll get to that. But each character has access to different attacks, weapons, elements, and you got to find your enemy's weaknesses to break their armor to deal maximum damage. And honestly, it's hard to explain without actually showing you. So hopefully I have some footage of the game running in the background and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But with all that being said, that combat is so engaging and it makes combat feel so strategic, or at least it did in the start. Now, sadly, we get to the not so fun part of the video where I got to start talking about the things I'm going to call bad. Now, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I don't think I got to explain what the bad is, but I'll do it anyways. It's like chewing on glass. So in other words, it's not fun. So do you remember like a moment ago when I was saying how nice and fun the customization for your characters is? Well, that does come with one glaring issue in my opinion, and it is the amount of characters you actually have to level up to progress the story. All right, it's gonna get weird again, but imagine waiting all week for Saturday to roll around, lining up and getting ready to walk into the winter wonderland of customizability. Fuck it, we're keeping it in. You grab your Oogie Boogie, You grab them nasty Air Force Ones, and then all of a sudden your mom comes up out of nowhere and says, whoa. Before you can do that, you have to let your 4 younger cousins go first, because fuck you. That's what it feels like when you constantly have to rotate your team to grind levels to play a character story. And you could say, well, Fluffy, can't you just over level 3 characters and then like rotate the last one? To that I say, what the hell is the point of playing a character's story if they're just dead on the ground during the boss fight? Imagine watching Star Wars when Luke fights Vader, and then Luke gets knocked the fuck out, and Leia, Han Solo, and Chewie just beat the shit out of Vader. Kinda doesn't make any sense, right? That's pretty much what I'm getting at. So that's one issue. Now picture this. We cut back to Build-A-Bear. You grab your Oogie Boogie, you're eyeing them nasty AF1s, you feel me? Then your mom pops back up and is like, yeah, you can't actually pick what your bear wears. We're gonna let your 4 other, even younger cousins pick out everything, and even name him. Fuck you. And that's what it feels like to have to grind 20 to 30 some odd hours to play 8 completely separate stories that don't intertwine. So now you've waited all weekend to go to Build-A-Bear just to get an Oogie Boogie with ballet slippers, a Supreme jacket, and a lightsaber. I don't know about you, but that's pretty fucking disappointing. I bet you're now thinking, well, it's a JRPG. Of course there's going to be grinding. Is it really all that bad? Yes. Yes, it is. When after the 30-hour mark, the brand new and interesting combat system starts to lose its special sauce, just constantly trying to break an enemy over and over and over again for hours and hours and hours. Honestly, you think after a certain level you'd just be able to kill enemies without breaking them? Yeah. No, if you actually want to level, then you're going to have to find new and harder monsters to kill, who then you in turn have to go and break, so that way you can deal maximum damage to them. Now, you could try and hunt the cats, but odds are you're slower than them, and they're just going to run away before you can kill them, so that's not really an option. The only good thing about having to do all this killing is that you end up making a bit of money from all the grinding that's forced on you. But then you have to turn around and spend that money on 8 different characters who have 2 different jobs, which means there's anywhere between 2 to 5 different weapons, and if you don't want a character to be bad, you have to get him a good weapon. Oh, but don't think it's as easy as equipping the best weapon to buff your character, because guess what? You can equip the best sword on your warrior and it says 500 damage. But then when you back out to look at your warrior stat, he has 300 some odd attack. Like, okay, where the fuck is my sword damage going? The only easy stats to understand are HP, defense, and elemental defense, which is pretty much magic defense. Everything else is lost on me, honestly, and it's not clear. And when numbers are everything in your game, I would hope you make it easy to understand. But that's not all, because we're back at Build-A-Bear, baby. You got your Sith ballet hype beast Oogie Boogie, and before you can say, fuck this shit, I don't want it, your mom grabs that shit out from your fucking sweaty mitts, rips the money out of your other hand that you've been saving up for fucking weeks, walks up to the front counter and buys that shit, walks back up to you, puts that shit in your hand and says, well, there you go, that's it, you gotta fucking deal with it. You beat the fucking game, the final fucking character story, the credits starts rolling, and that's it. Nothing to tie everything in together, just a big slap in the face and a fin. What's nice about the ending is that it shows you how you last hit every boss. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool, but fuck does it leave something to be desired. And the worst, most glass chewy experience of it all is the goddamn apothecary. I fucking hate that job. His specialty skill is fucking dog ass. It's underwhelming. It's the worst part. And I think like he's just fucking pointless. The apothecary skill is probably the biggest slap to the face. Although his story is all right, just the way his special system works is absolute shit. You have to buy items to make it work. But the thing is, you're spending all your fucking money on all the weapon and equipment that you have to buy for the 7 other fucking characters plus him. So you don't have the fucking money to go and buy the fucking components for his apothecary skill, and you have to level him and you have to play his story. Honestly, it's fucking torture. Oh god, okay. That was tough, but we did it. We got the good, we got the bad. Now we gotta face the ugly. And what do I mean by the ugly? It's just shit that makes you feel gross. Like having someone stand too close to you when you're out in public, not in like a weird way, but just like they're in your personal space, but like you just want to take a shower after fucking just having to deal with it. They're just things that are boof without absolutely just fucking destroying the game like the bad is. The side quest system in this game, kind of fucking boof. when you talk to one, they say some shit and then they give you a quest and a hint, and then you gotta go talk to a bunch of people and you gotta do some exploring, and that'd be cool. But I don't have a fucking time. Just give me a marker on my map and I'll go do the thing if I give a shit enough, or just be more clear. But sometimes you have to use a different character to find out how to like scrutinize a fucking dude, but you don't use the fucking mage yet, or you haven't gotten them yet, and then you have to go back and deal. It's ass. It's ass. And then some of the best weapons are locked behind these side quests, along with the secret dungeon to find the actual final boss. Because, oh hey, guess what, there's a final boss to the game, but he's not part of the story. You have to do him through a side quest. So hey, that's fucking fun, I guess, right? You know, and it doesn't even tie everyone in together. It just kind of ties some characters in together. But fuck me if I'd fucking go do that. And remember how I said there are 12 jobs? Well, you start with 8, and then 4 are blocked behind, you know, being secret bosses. You find them later on, except, oh, guess what, they're all level 50, but the end quest for the game, all the end chapters, their final chapters, they end at 45. So you're telling me I'm 5 levels under to get these secret jobs? Like, what the fuck? Why? Like, I should experience them and get them throughout playing the game, right? Why are you gonna make me fucking grind more levels to get these fucking secret jobs? Also, the characters aren't fully like voice acted. The cutscene, like, we're living in the future, right? My character should be voice acted in a cutscene, at least. Like, maybe not everyone, there's a lot of characters, but like, if there's an important story cutscene, maybe voice act everything that's happening, because how am I supposed to know if something is important or not? You'll have the main character of the story talking, you know, in text, and then it cuts to a flashback and you see 2 characters you don't even fucking know and they're speaking. Like, who the fuck are you? Why are you talking? Why didn't they make my main character talk? You know, a flashback would make more sense to have it be just dialogue part, but you know, I mean, it's annoying, but not horrible. Like, it's not a bad thing. A lot of games don't fucking have proper voice acting, but Jesus, I need it. Okay, let's calm down. It's weird to reach this endpoint where I'm left wanting more from Octopath Traveler. I would have loved to see all these character stories come together and see how they help each other in meaningful ways, but instead you get this weird rinky-dink D&D half-ass assembled story where you end up getting these unlikely pairs. Characters are left feeling one-sided and bland with no depth. Your party feels like they don't care or acknowledge one another except for at some random points where they decide to talk, but you know, hey, that's not voice acted either, and it's not enough to actually give you character depth. Not to mention, if you play like how I did, where you're trying to level everyone up for their part of the story, you're just constantly rotating, so sometimes you miss those fucking character interactions and no one sticks in your party long enough except for the character you choose at the very beginning. Like, everyone else just gets rotated out. It's sad to say that this game definitely gets carried by the things it does well, and it carries it hard, because I didn't start disliking the things I was doing until 30 or 40 hours in. The new music and the art kept me so happy for a long time, but in the end I have to face the music. Octopath Traveler gets a 6 out of 10 from me. It's not the worst, and I know people who enjoy it, and if you are a hardcore JRPG lover, you might love it, but it just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if I'll play the new one, but I actually have the demo download right now, so I'll probably check it out. I don't know when, but I don't know if I'll buy it. Anyways, thank you so much everyone for watching this mediocre nerd review. I know I probably got loud at some points, and it's just because I really enjoyed this game, and I think it really let me down by the end, and that sucks. But yeah, I'll say be sure to check out my Twitter and my Twitch. I try to stream, you know, and I'll also try to make sure to upload more mediocre nerd reviews if people do enjoy these videos, or if they find them in the future, you know, maybe it'd be nice to give them a catalog. But anyways, thank you so much everyone for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful time.